and welcome. Hey, I can hear me. Welcome to the final chef demonstration of the 2024 Cooking for the Holidays. How you guys feeling? Yes. Oh, that's the energy I need in my life. That's what I need. It's a Sunday night. Before we introduce our chef, I'd like to thank our sponsors, which include Mattress Firm, Renewal, Remodel, and Additions, and Bates Technical College, which gets all the sweet, juicy close-ups of the yummy stuff, and they're going to show it on the screen over here, so you want to keep your eyes open for that. Are you guys ready? Yeah! Let's give a warm, warm welcome to Chef Daniel Davis. Hey! How you feeling?
I'm good, yeah.
Doing good. And who is our sous chef today?
This is my daughter, Delilah.
Hi, Delilah. We're happy to have you guys. Tell us a little bit about what you're making for us.
We're doing Bhutte Ka Kees. It's an Indian corn dish from Indore, India. So it's just some herbs and spices and grated corn with, we're going to top it off with some shredded coconut and mint. It's got a little bit of spice to it, but not too much.
Little pep in your step. Yeah. I like it. I'm going to come on down to the floor, so if anyone has questions at any point in time, just raise your hand. I'll come to you with the mic so Chef can hear you. Take it away, Chef.
All right. Delilah, you want to start picking the mint? You just put it in there when you're done with it, okay?
I feel like the Christmas music ramped up, too. They're like, we're shutting it down. So, Chef, when you're not cooking here, where can folks find you?
I work at Field Bar in Tacoma on 6th Avenue. We do all kinds of small plates, shareable dinners, anything from, vegetable-based dishes to freshly butchered poultry.
Do we have Field Bar fans in the audience? Oh, I like it. You guys know what's up. And it's a cute little open kitchen, so you can just sit at the rail and you'd be like, hey, I know that guy.
Yeah, you can just look right at me while I'm making the food.
Don't make it awkward, though, guys. So you're just grating the corn.
Yeah. This is lacto-fermented corn that we did at Field Bar because corn is out of season right now, so anything I could have bought today or yesterday wouldn't be as good of quality. So it's got a little bit of fermentation to it, so it won't require much salt seasoning to it. We like to buy in season and then preserve whatever produce we get. So we do a lot of pickling to kind of spice up some of the dishes that we do there.
And we're picking some fresh herbs on the side here.
Yeah, that mint's going to go on top.
So as you're grating, tell us a little bit about where your journey with food started.
I got into the restaurant industry, not back of house work, but I was working, I think, at the Bear Bistro in Stillicum. I think it was my first restaurant job. And I've stuck with that ever since. And then, at Shakabrah, I got hired as a dishwasher and kind of worked my way into a prep cook and then a line cook, and then ended up becoming kitchen manager and just really enjoyed making food for people. I've ventured around to a couple different restaurants. I've, worked at Enrama, Trappers, Wildfin, I don't know. There's only a couple things that I like to do with a passion, and that's food and photography.
Oh, I love it.
This was the one that stuck with me.
Now, those two things play nicely together, though. So if someone were to cyberstalk you a little bit and find your Instagram, are there food photos happening?
I don't take enough photos of my food. I probably should do more, but I'm more occupied with the cooking aspect.
Yeah.
My cameras are just collecting dust in my basement right now.
I like you guys are matching today, which I love. I don't know if that was on purpose, but...
Yeah, you can thank Mom for that. She was not wearing that when I left the house.
So if someone wanted to prepare something like this, maybe do some of the prep ahead of time, could you grate this and kind of put it to the side until later?
Oh, absolutely. But when I was here last year, I did way too much prep, and my demo lasted all of like 20 minutes, so I figured I'd do this step here.
We like to watch the process.
Yeah. Yeah, if I had graded this corn and done as much prep as I did last year,
we'd be done.
It wouldn't last that long, so I think the only thing I did in advance was just measure out my seasonings, and that was it.
Love it.
It's a pretty simple dish to make already, so it doesn't require a whole lot of prep.
Yeah, it sounds like you're packing a lot of flavor without having to do just a whole big to-do out of it.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. The spices alone just kind of, this cumin seed, mustard seed, Kashmiri, which is kind of similar to smoked paprika, adds a little bit of color, a little bit of spice, but not enough to make it, hard to handle.
Yeah.
There are going to be some serrano chilies added to it. But yeah, that's just about it.
Is that mint ready to go?
Just about. You scoot over.
She did the mint picking, and then she's like, and done. You're efficient. I like it.
Mission accomplished. All right, yeah, basically right now I'm just waiting for the stove to get hot. Maybe I should have preheated it a little bit. I'm going to crank it up. Basically, I'm just trying to get the mustard seeds kind of cracked and expose the flavor in there. Then I'm going to add the cumin seeds a little bit after. And then we just, we're going to add the corn to it, add a little bit of milk, and kind of simmer it and let it reduce a tiny bit. That's it. It's a simple dish, but, it's packed with flavor, so...
It sounds like it's something that's just going to be a warm, cozy bowl of goodness.
Yeah, absolutely. I made it a couple months ago for the first time and just loved it. So I figured it'd be a good one to try here.
Now, don't forget, guys, if you have questions for Chef, let me know. Yes, I'm coming on up to you. I'm going to hand you the microphone. Yeah.
Can you describe the fermentation process for the corn in case other people want to do this at home with fresh corn?
Yeah, so we do a lot of lacto fermentation at work, and so basically you take 5% salt to water. So, if I'm doing 100 milligrams of water or 100 milliliters of water, I'll do, let me see, I don't know if my math is right, but I think 5 milliliters of salt. And then we just seal it nice and tight and let it sit for roughly a month. So we started this corn process a little over a month ago, and it preserves it, adds that pickling flavor, and if you ever go into Field Bar, we pickled everything.
And it's delicious.
Yeah, beets, radish. We do, there's any vegetable you can think of, we pickled it.
And Field Bar just recently started doing brunch service. Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah, the brunch menu is awesome. I don't work brunch. I'm a night person now that I'm not at Shakabrah.
Oh, we got a sizzle. That means it's hot.
Yeah, we're going to add that corn in there now. But yeah, the brunch menu is awesome. I go in there pretty frequently and try it out. But yeah, I'm the night guy. If you ever go into Field Bar, you see me in there, and I'm on the line at night, which was a wild transition after working breakfast for 5 years.
Whole new world.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope you're going to be there. I know our company Christmas party, if I'm not mistaken, is going to be at Field Bar, so I'm pretty excited about it.
I'll see you there.
So, what do you have the heat on here for your corn?
It's at medium right now. I'm going to keep it pretty low for a little while. I'm going to add some spices and some ginger into it. And just kind of let it simmer for, I don't know, probably the next 15 minutes or so. Maybe a little bit shorter than that.
And we're using fresh ginger.
We are, yeah.
So we're wrapping up a full weekend of holiday vibes here in the Tacoma Dome. Christmas music, Santa's here. Are there any family traditions that are your go-to this time of year?
No, not that I can think of. I don't know. My family's chicken burritos at my mom's house. Yeah,
Oh,
Mom makes chicken
okay.
burritos every year, and I take naps.
Chicken burritos will do that to you.
Oh, I'd take naps before the burritos.
What kind of knife are you using there, Chef? That's a nice looking knife.
Oh yeah, this was a gift from my mom a few years ago. It's a blue carbon steel chef knife. It's I think it's Yoshihiro Mizuyaki. She got it for me when I was a sushi chef a few years ago. That didn't really last long because I didn't like the company that I was working with. But we won't talk about them.
We'll just leave that alone.
Yeah, it's not important. But yeah, it's one of my favorites. I'm actually planning on taking it down to Tacoma Knife Company. They just opened up recently downtown.
Yes.
I know how to sharpen my own knife, but I like to support local business.
Supporting local, I have found that all the chefs that we have take stage here are so supportive of one another. It really is just a phenomenal community.
Yeah. It's important to, work together in this industry.
And Chef Steven with Tacoma Knife Sharpening was here earlier this weekend, and there's actually coupons here in front of the stage, 10% off knife sharpening.
What?
So if you're going to go see him, snag one.
Yeah. They also, from what I was told, is they have a pretty decent knife selection there as well.
Yeah, he was saying they have just about everything for your home goods. Their inventory, since they're so new, has already grown pretty exponentially.
Nice.
So in our pan, we have the corn, ginger, and was that serrano pepper you added?
Yep. Can I steal this from you?
Do we have fans of serrano pepper? How do you guys feel about that? I see head nodding. Yes.
I did a tiny bit because they got some kick to it.
They're deceptively spicy for such little cuties.
Right.
And what are you doing now, Chef?
I'm going to do a little chiffonade with the mint. It's just going to be for the garnish, but I'm going to get it ready in advance.
And when you do a chiffonade, what's the difference between a chiffonade and a julienne and a chop?
Well, you don't really julienne herbs with a chiffonade, mate. Basically, if we can get an overview here.
We got an overview.
You're just, you roll it up and you're just looking for kind of similar cuts, but like thin strips. Like so. And just kind of makes the herb a little bit more edible. I mean, you normally only do it with fresh herbs. I mean, if you're throwing them into whatever you're cooking, I'll just do a really rough chop on them just to get it done quicker. but this is more so for garnishing purposes.
Are we using whole milk here?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't like 2% or anything like that.
So forget that nonsense.
Yeah, give me all the
Full
fat.
Are you guys getting the aromas out here? It's starting to smell good. We need a fan on this stage. That's what we need.
Yeah, and blow all those cumin seeds your way.
We need a bullhorn and a fan to really lure people in over here.
How we doing? Good? All right.
You're doing a great job. Sometimes kids get up there, they want to dance in the kitchen. There's no dancing in the kitchen. It's hot. It's a place of business.
You do me a favor. You want to stack the mint up for me? So you're going to take one piece at a time and just kind of layer it on top like that. Does that make sense? Okay.
She's on it. And on the home front, is cooking a family affair?
Yeah. I mean, my wife cooks. She loves to get in the kitchen with me. Kai likes to eat.
You need the one in the house that just likes to do the eating.
Here, we want to do it a little neater so I can chop it up.
They're detached just enough to really be like, I'll be the judge of that.
Is it hard? How about you grab it with one hand and then just stack it on like that. Try that. Grab that. I'm going to grab this one and put it on top. Yeah, those gloves are huge on you.
They're a little large. We got to get some small ones here in the demo kitchen. This is going to look great on your resume, though.
Yeah. All right.
She's going to apply for her first job, and she's like, no, dish pit's not where it's at. I have experience.
That's perfect. You can just leave it right here for me.
And what are we adding now, chef?
That's that Kashmiri, and we're doing a little ground coriander. And yeah, like I said, we're just gonna kind of let those flavors come together, and then let it reduce a little bit. It's looking pretty thick here. I might add a little bit more milk, but I like to just add as I go.
Now, if someone were to be captivated by this and need to know, everyone always wants the recipe. How do they find you? How do they kind of get the approximates to make this at home?
I mean, the way I cook is I feel the seasoning. I know what I'm doing. I don't measure anything out. But I would say just season as you go and taste as you go, because you can add to it, but you can't take any of that back. Yeah. So just gradually adding your seasonings, your spices. I brought tasting spoons so we can adjust it as we move. And that's what she's going to help out with.
I have not seen not one measuring cup this weekend, come to think of it.
Yeah, they're not necessary. Perfect.
And chef, if you were to recommend a beverage to pair with this, if you're like, this is your 1-2 combo that's gonna make you the happiest, what would you recommend?
I would do an orange wine with this. Yeah. My wife is nodding. We love orange wine.
Which is kind of hard to come by. You don't see it all the time, but you can find it at Field Bar. Yes.
Yep. I think the brand is Mankling. I think they're from Austria. That's our favorite right now, but there's a nice little variety at Field Bar.
For someone who's not familiar, what sets apart an orange wine as opposed to a white or a red?
I'm in the kitchen. I don't do wine. I cannot tell you that. I can tell you about food.
You're like, I know what I like, though, and it's real good.
I do not know. Thank you. Lila, you want to grab that plate over there?
Looks like it's coming together.
Yeah, we're getting pretty close here. Lila's going to do the garnishes. You ready? You're just going to put some mint and some shredded coconut on top.
You were born ready. You got this. Any questions for Chef? Yes. I'm coming up. Doesn't have to be just my questions.
What would you say your favorite dish that you've ever made is? The one that you're the most proud of?
That's a good question.
Got contemplative here.
I did that birria pasta. I think I did garganelli noodles with it. So it was lamb birria with a consomme-based sauce, pickled red onions. That was probably one of my favorites most recently. Another highlight was the dinner we did at our house with Marcus and his girlfriend. We did those sous vide pork chops with the spicy grilled peaches, chimichurri. I can't remember what else went into that, but that was another really good one. But, I mean, I like to focus around pasta. That's my favorite. Yeah.
Now, Chef Marcus didn't demonstrate this year, but I'll tell you what, did not mess around. If you guys are just hanging out in the kitchen together, it was probably real good.
It was.
Where do you find inspiration? Because I see you pulling a lot of flavors and kind of getting really creative. Where is your go-to to kind of dig around and do some homework and research?
As much as I hate to admit it, Instagram. I follow nothing but food pages, and I see all these crazy things coming up. And from the chefs that I've worked with in the past, they've always taught me to not restrict myself. So I like to just take a little bit of this and a little bit of that and blend some stuff together, and then I like to think that I've gotten pretty good at adding my own twist to certain recipes. But, yeah, I mean, everybody gets their inspiration from somewhere, so I don't really take any shame in, seeing something and making my own idea out of it. And that just kind of gets the ball rolling.
Absolutely.
All right, sweetie. So you're going to do just a little pinch and try and keep it just in the center here. A little more. You can't do it wrong. You got it. Are these my sampling bowls here?
They are. Are we ready to sample?
We are.
Wow. 30 minutes. Just bust it out.
I'm sorry.
Any
I keep doing this really fast.
before he shuts it down? Now's your time. You don't always have a chef right here. They're like, no, we want samples. Let's give it up for Chef Daniel Davis of Field Bar. Look at that. Thank you so much, Chef, for joining us this weekend.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I can't think of a better way to close out the weekend. I appreciate it.
I'm going to do just a little tiny pinch because we got to save the rest of that mint for the samples. This is just so Jackie can take a picture.
Got to take a picture because if it's not on the gram, did it happen? The answer is no. I'm going to say that time and time again. Let's get a finishing shot of that, if we could, from above. What?
All right.
Maybe? You might just have to come eyeball it. There it is. No,
Oh,
don't move.
oh.
Ah, there it is. Hey, one more time. Let's give it up for Chef. Thank you so much. Now you just have to wait patiently, and Chef will scoop you up a little something snacky.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
I'm going to scoop some into the bowls here, and then you're going to top it off with coconut and mint. Sound good? These are going to be really small, bite-sized samples because